Hey there, how are we all doing today? Today with this special edition black Seiko box, you can tell we're going to be taking a look at something special. The watch we're here looking at is not one that's had too much publicity about it. At this time, you can't find it on the Seiko USA website, and it's a little bit of a ghost at the time of the shooting of this video. There you got your booklet and warranty cards, all that kind of jazz. So let me open up this guy here. This is a Seiko Prospex, and you got the little foam and the little yellow pouch that they show up in now. This one is an SLA series. So like I said, we were looking at a special watch here, and this is the SLA075. And let me get this guy out of here. And oh, it's a really good looking watch, as usual. This one here, it kind of, the vibe and the style of it here reminds me of what came out about a little over a year ago, I guess now, the SLA57 and SLA55. This dial, a little more going on the dial. We'll take the plastic off in a second and check it out, but this is just like the 55 and the 57. That was kind of a quiet launch too, and this one continues the quiet launch. It's got the silicone band, which is kind of like that chocolate bar vintage style, and this is a remaking of the 1968 diver's watch. So this is what Seiko calls the modern reinterpretation, and this is a US special edition. And just a good looking watch overall. Black is classic for a dive watch. Here you've got the texture of the dial and everything, and Seiko is just so good with the dial. The dial I wouldn't necessarily say it's black. It's more of like a dark gray, in the middle, and kind of goes into the black around the edges. And we'll try a couple different lights so you can see how nice the dial is on here. And again, this is US Special Edition. What's nice about this is you got the introductory Grand Seiko movement, the 8L35. Now, you can see it moving along there. And what's nice about this one is the price point. The 57 and the 55, they were around 4,000, but those are both limited edition. This is a special edition. This one here is only $2,800, and if you think about it, the SPBs kind of hover right around the $1,300, $1,500 range. This one about twice as much, but you get a really nice movement, and you get all the kind of benefits of having an SLA. So this is an SLA, a little bit on the inexpensive end. This one was hand assembled and polished at the Shizu Ukushi watch studio. Suzy Ukushi. Sorry guys, I seem to be butchering that today. They call this a collector's box. Yes, it's a black box, but the important thing is the watch, and the watch looks killer. Just the polishing on it is fantastic when you see it here at the different angles and everything. This watch is specifically, this series, there's two of them. This is the SLA075, and the other one is the SLA073. So this one, the 075, they're both specially designed for extreme cave diving or extreme cave environments. Here we'll take a look at the dial. I'm going to move it back and forth, but if you look at the dial itself, you can see it kind of feels like you're looking a little bit into the cave with the lines on it and everything. It's just kind of a cool feature to it here. And this is a sapphire crystal, of course, and it has got the non-glitter coating on it. The crown, of course, is a screw-in crown, and its case size is 42.6 millimeters. This again is the US Special Edition, and you could see the silicone strap there is black. And we were talking about the movement just a little bit ago. This 8L movement is 50-hour power reserve on this guy. And let's see, I'm trying to get keeps getting the background here. But here, maybe you can see a little better on my wrist. And there's that band I was talking about. This is a fun band. You know, I'd like to see other Seikos with it on, not just some of the SLA series. It is a cool looking thing. You can see it on my wrist. It's got a stronger wrist presence than a lot of the other Seiko divers. But looking at it from far, you know, it's hard to tell it's an SLA unless you know that it's, you know, a higher end Seiko watch. And it is a 200-meter dive watch, which is about typical for the Seiko dives. And you can see my wrist, it's about a 7.5-inch wrist. And again, the watch size, 42.6 millimeters. Sorry about the noise. My dog decided to go on a itching fit. And see, this is a neat part that we're here in the glow in the dark, checking out the loom here in the dark room. And you could see that you've got the bezel there. It's kind of green, and the minute hand. And this is to help time, you know, your time underwater. And this especially, they made it like this to make it easier to read, so you don't have to worry about the time issues, you know, see how much air you got left in your tank and everything. They made it easier to read, you know, because of the harsh environment of cave swimming. And this is a great feature because see that dot there that's on the 12? That's, you put that, you know, you move the bezel to where, you know, you start, you know, you're going down, you're breathing the air, and that tells you how much time you got left in your tank. You look at it, you see the 20 on the bezel, you know it's been 20 minutes. But with that minute hand right there, it makes it clearer and easier to read, because both the little pip on the top there and the minute hand, you know, just at first glance you'll be like, oh yeah, because they're both green. Sometimes, since they're all the same color loom, you might not notice that as quick. So that's kind of a neat thing that I think maybe they should introduce into some of their